transfers. They're open 6 days a week and closed on Mondays. Stop by the veteran-owned Jeeves Defense, located on the corner of Highway 160 and Basin. If you bought a gun someplace else, you paid too much.
In Nevada, anything that goes into the storm drain goes directly to our local waterways, which can pollute Nevada's lakes and rivers. Here's some waterway wisdom so you can help do your part. Clean up yard waste and grass clippings. Safely dispose of household chemicals. Clean up leaks and spills. And don't litter. Secure trash in bins. Use waterway wisdom. And remember, only rain should go into the storm drain. Join us in working together to preserve our water resources for future generations of Nevadans.
We hear the stories of people forced to abandon their home. The stories of people whose dreams have been swept away, or their lives left hanging by a thread. Or whose worlds have been blasted apart. Although the stories repeat themselves, each person's experience is unique as they are. And whether it's care or community that people need, we're here to help them live a new chapter, to embrace what makes them unique, be a lifeline to the most vulnerable.
While the weather's cooling down, the deals are heating up at the Pahrump Valley Auto Plaza. With over 100 brand new cars, trucks, and SUVs to choose from, the Auto Plaza is the place to find your next vehicle just before the holidays. Right now, get $500 in Cyber Cash savings on our most popular vehicles and receive no payments until March of next year. That's on top of most other offers. With market values changing, get top dollar for your trade before it's too late. There's no better time than now, and we're making deals. Visit PahrumpCars.com, find your vehicle, and claim your Cyber Cash today. Don't forget, we've got over 150 of Southern Nevada's highest quality pre-owned vehicles to choose from, starting around $9,000. Visit PahrumpCars.com, or better yet, drive your trade into the Auto Plaza today. Deferred payments available when financed and approved through GM Financial. Not all buyers will qualify. See dealer for details.
Hi, I'm Kevin Green. I'm the Director of Sales for Humana in Las Vegas. Our Medicare Advantage plans are shaped by what matters most to our members. So we have a wide variety of plans to fit your budget and your needs. Most of our plans include coverage for prescription drugs, hospital stays, and doctor office visits, many with no monthly plan premium. And you could get a plan with an annual allowance to spend on your dental bills. Some plans may even give you money back in your Social Security check each month. And if you have Medicare and Medicaid, you could be eligible for even more benefits, like a prepaid card that you can spend on groceries, utilities, and rent. Plus, you could pay nothing for your covered prescriptions, even the brand name drugs. So get in touch with Humana. Talk to a real person like me, or go online. We'll help you find the plan that's right for you. Humana, a more human way to healthcare.
You got bills and you need some pay? Then come be a cowboy trucker at Ponderosa Dairies in Amargosa Valley. They're currently seeking experienced CDL drivers to haul hay, grain, and milk while earning up to $1,800 a week. This isn't a job, it's a career. Whether you hit the open road or drive around Nevada's biggest dairy, they offer a great wage, benefits, and 401k retirement package. If you have what it takes to be a good hand, isn't it time you ride for the brand? The beautiful Ponderosa Dairies are currently hiring qualified CDL drivers who have doubles and tankers endorsements, as well as the ability to drive a standard transmission. They're also in need of drivers for front-end loaders. If this is you, call for Ed now. 702-682-3339. Once again, 702-682-3339. Send an email with your information to ap@ponderosadairy.com. Join the family at Ponderosa Dairy.
It's the Black Friday sales event going on now at Saida Trudeau Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram. We are your original hometown dealer, and we are having Black Friday all month long. You can save big on Jeep Renegades, Gladiators, Cherokees, and Grand Cherokees. Don't forget about Ram 1500, 2500, and 3500. Also save on Chrysler Pacificas, Dodge Chargers, and Challengers. This Black Friday sales event is one you don't want to miss. Come into Saida Trudeau now and see all we have to offer. We have Nye County's largest inventory, so you're sure to find the perfect vehicle at incredible savings. Get top dollar for your trade during this event. Come on down to Saida Trudeau, your original hometown dealer, for the Black Friday sales event going on now.
At Saida Trudeau, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram, your original hometown dealer, we want only to be the best.
If you hired some attorney you've never heard of based upon the recommendation or a phone call from someone in a hospital or a tow truck driver, or even that attorney himself, he may have committed a crime. You've done nothing wrong, and you may be entitled to get all your attorney's fees back. Call us today.
The hardware store that has it all. Pahrump Rentals and Do It Best Hardware. Quality tools including a massive channel lock product line, plumbing, indoor and outdoor growing supplies, custom hydraulic hoses, custom paint matching, key cutting. And we're more than just hardware. A huge hobby and art department, homeopathic remedies, Myers Natural Cleaning Products, Duke Cannon men's products, gourmet nuts and licorice, local honey and bee pollen, and all kinds of unique gifts. Shop local, everything. If you don't see it, we can get it at Pahrump Rentals and Do It Best Hardware.
My case with Learner Enroll was settled quickly and professionally. Every step of the way, I never felt like I was alone, and all of my questions were always answered. If you ever have any case that needs to be settled, call Learner Enroll.
Learner Enroll is the way to go. Call 877-1500.
Hi, I'm Dr. Edward Harding at P3 Medical Group. I promise if you choose me as your primary care provider, I'll treat you as if you're my family member.
At P3 Medical Group, you get the care you deserve. Call us today to learn more.
America is great.
What's with the Nye County Sheriff's Office posted a release last night concerning a wanted fugitive by the name of Ryan Sanders, who is still believed to be here in the Pahrump Valley.
On November 22nd, at approximately 2:30 in the afternoon, NCSO deputies were dispatched to Malibu reference an assault. Upon arriving, NCSO deputies encountered a 74-year-old female who reported an assault and a kidnapping. It was identified that the female lived in the 1000 block of Enchanted Mesa. During the early morning hours of November 22nd, the female was asleep and was awoken by a male in her residence assaulting her. This male is identified as Ryan Sanders. This female was assaulted numerous times by Sanders in her residence, and ultimately was bound and placed into her vehicle. Sanders then drove this female to Desert View Hospital, where they picked up an additional male, Richard Duncan, age 31 of Pahrump. Sanders took this female to an abandoned RV in the 3000 block of Malibu, where she was again assaulted and beaten and left to die. The female was ultimately able to get free of her bonds and was able to escape and run to the neighbor's residence, who called 911. Duncan was arrested this weekend and is currently cooperating with law enforcement. He has provided information and continues to provide information to detectives to aid in the apprehension of Sanders. The extent of Duncan's involvement is still unknown, and that portion of the investigation is continuing. Duncan remains in the Nye County Detention Center. Detectives are asking you to check your home surveillance systems. We have identified the route that was taken and the times that these individuals were driving in our community. I'm going to go through that list with you and would request that you check your home surveillance if you are in the area of any of these locations. The times and routes are as follows. Sanders leaves the victim's residence at approximately 4 a.m. on the 22nd in the victim's white 2018 Honda Civic. They traveled from Enchanted Mesa to Jackrabbit, to Mount Charleston, to Red Butte, to Highway 372, to Lola, ending at the Desert View Hospital parking lot at approximately 4:15 in the morning. At approximately 4:19, Sanders leaves Desert View Hospital, takes Lola to Wilson, to Linda, to 372, to Red Butte, and stops at Rubalcaba's on Red Butte. He then leaves Rubalcaba's and takes Mount Charleston to Jackrabbit to Enchanted Mesa and arrives back at the victim's residence at approximately 4:30 in the morning. At Rubalcaba's, Duncan gets into Ryan Sanders' vehicle, which is described as a blue 2009 Ford Fusion. He then travels on Mount Charleston to Pahrump Valley Boulevard, to Calvada, to Terrible's Country Store, where he stopped for gas, and then to 160 to Homestead to Malibu. Sanders leaves the victim's residence at approximately 4:35 in the morning and drives to Malibu, utilizing Jackrabbit to Highland, and then an unknown route to Malibu in the white Honda. The victim's blue Chrysler 300 was ultimately taken from the victim's residence and was later recovered at the 1000 block of Windsong unoccupied. How it got there is still under investigation. The white Honda was recovered at the intersection of Elderberry and Big Sky Road. A link between Sanders and the victim's family member has been identified, and this appears to be a revenge attack versus a random attack. Sanders is described as a 37-year-old male, 5'11", 220, blonde hair, brown eyes. These two mugshots are from 2022 and 2021. Detectives have information that Sanders may be now clean-shaven. We can confirm that Sanders' 13-year-old son is with him. We have no direct information that there is a direct threat to his son. However, we are looking for him while attempting to apprehend Sanders. A nationwide arrest warrant has been issued for Sanders, charging him with kidnapping in the first degree, attempted murder, false imprisonment, burglary, grand larceny of a motor vehicle, attempted sexual assault, and battery with substantial bodily harm.
And this morning, News 25 caught up with Berkowitz to find out more regarding this case.
So we received information that Ryan Sanders was at this residence. Detectives began to go through the building and ultimately believed they heard somebody in the attic. So we obviously took the precautions. We've got our SWAT team out here. They have made entry into the residence, and as of right now, we have no direct information. So currently we're out of leads as to what vehicles he's driving. We believe that he's here in the community still, and we're just actively hunting him. We have the nationwide warrant, and our detectives are just working tirelessly, as well as the patrol deputies, to try to locate him. At this point, obviously he's on the run. He's well aware that we're looking for him, and it's just going to be a matter of us finding him. We have no information either way. We are aware of where all of the vehicles that he originally had access to are, and we've recovered those stolen vehicles. So at this point, we really don't know. Our presumption is he's hunkered down somewhere based on the lack of information, but we do believe him still to be here in the community. There was somebody arrested for being involved in that stolen vehicle. It was recovered unoccupied, and we still haven't proven exactly how or when it got there. All information we have at this point is that his son is still with him. We have not obviously personally seen that, but everything that our investigation has revealed is that his son is with him. Yes, we definitely have information that he is with him. We have no indication that there's anything wrong with his son or that he's made any indication of threats to his son. Obviously, the nature of the crime is concerning to have him out at all, and especially with his juvenile son. But at this point, we need to find him either way, and if we find him, then we'll find his son. We've received a lot of leads even before the reward. This is one of those crimes that members of the public do not want to tolerate this kind of behavior in society. And so we have received a lot of tips. Since the reward's been advertised, we've certainly had a lot of people providing tips. But at this point, it's a lot of people that are just kind of sharing the same information without accurate location information of him currently. So the investigation has identified that the suspect is tied to a family member of the victim, and that from everything we gathered, this was some sort of a revenge attack versus a random attack. So it is not just that he randomly picked her. We have pretty good information that he was just trying to get revenge on one of the family members. Duncan is an associate of Mr. Sanders and apparently was solicited by him. As you're aware, he is in our custody, and he is being semi-cooperative with us and providing as much information as he can to attempt to apprehend Sanders. You can do it through dispatch at 751-7000. They can submit confidential emails. Obviously, those aren't anonymous, or they can use our app or social media and send anonymous tips to us as well. The victim's in stable condition. Obviously, there's a long road of recovery from the physical aspect of this and also the mental aspect of it. And when you're elderly, obviously, your recovery is slow, but She's obviously a resilient person and seems to be doing as good as can be expected given the circumstances. We've had contact with both his family members, local and afar, and as far as we can tell, everyone's being cooperative with us. I don't think these are the type of crimes that family members cover for family members. The reality is Sanders should be alone out there. There should be nobody that condones this type of behavior. And our hope is that everybody that has any information is turning it over as soon as they get it. Yeah, sure. And we've had contact with them. Obviously, we share their concerns. And our goal is to get him off the streets. And in doing so, we would obviously then be able to find a place for Ryan Jr. to be at. Mr. Sanders sees this. We're not going away. And the best thing he can do is turn himself in. And let's end what is already a horrible situation before it gets any worse.
And more developments in this case after the break.
My case with Learner Enroll was settled quickly and professionally. Every step of the way, I never felt like I was alone, and all of my questions were always answered. If you ever have any case that needs to be settled, call Learner Enroll.
Learner Enroll is the way to go. Call 877-1500.
Hi, I'm Dr. Edward Harding at P3 Medical Group. I promise if you choose me as your primary care provider, I'll treat you as if you're my family member.
At P3 Medical Group, you get the care you deserve. Call us today to learn more.
America is great and Pahrump is awesome. We have room for our furry friends, and when it's time to care for them, we have the best feed store, Shadow Mountain Feed. Who did Siegfried and Roy call on when their dolphin quit eating? Shadow Mountain Feed. They developed a nutrition solution right in their store. From elephants to dogs and everything in between, they have what you need to feed, grow, and show your animals. They have everything except bread. Don't go there for bread. Shadow Mountain Feed, your one-stop care center for your best friends. At 2371 West Bell Vista, call 775-727-5527.
This annual enrollment period, the Medicare Resource Center by AMA is where you can get local advice on your Medicare plan options in Pahrump and Las Vegas. If your costs keep going up or you want to see what new plans are available for 2023, we have local agents, local advice, at no cost to assist you. Visit us inside Pahrump Intermountain Healthcare every Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, or call to book an appointment. The annual enrollment period ends December 7th.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on. This segment of the news is brought to you by John Air. For all your heating and air conditioning needs, call 775-751-2372.
Welcome back to News 25. Well, this afternoon for 3 hours, law enforcement and medics were held at a residence on Oak Ridge on Pahrump South Side for what was reported to be a person in the attic space of Sanders' home. He's the wanted fugitive that police are trying to capture. We spoke to Captain David Berkowitz on scene after the incident.
So we received information that Ryan Sanders was at this residence. Detectives began to go through the building and ultimately believed they heard somebody in the attic. So we obviously took the precautions. We've got our SWAT team out here. They have made entry into the residence, and as of right now, we have no direct information that he's in there. They have launched gas in the residence and are currently searching just to ensure that there's nobody in there. It's reported they did find some evidence from our crime. So he's definitely been here, and we're going to continue to process the scene after the SWAT team has cleared the building, and then we'll process the scene and identify exactly what we're recovering. I don't know if he still resides at the Mount Charleston one or did, but this is the address that we have on file for him. I was told when I arrived on scene that she was some sort of a family nanny of some sort, but I'm not really sure to who or what her involvement is. It is not completely clear. They are doing a search with gas masks just to ensure that nobody's in there that was somehow avoiding the gas. We've got parole and probation, highway patrol. We've got all of our detectives. We've got our SWAT team, several administrators, and just making sure that we have the resources that if he were to be in there, that we would have the resources needed. Our philosophy is we're going to catch him, and we'll continue to do this every time we have a lead until we find him. We'll definitely be looking more into the involvement, but as of right now, we have nothing to indicate that she's in any way involved in a negative way.
And police say that if you are hiding out Ryan Sanders, you could face lots of other charges. And if you know where he is located, you are urged to call the Nye County Sheriff's Office at 775-751-7000. You can, of course, remain anonymous. Burke says that Ryan Sanders has a history of different charges: February of 2021, burglary, vehicle theft, possession of a stolen vehicle; March of 2021, child neglect and simple assault; September of 2021, receiving or possessing stolen property and theft of property; November of 2021, burglary, theft, and grand larceny and receiving or possessing stolen property; December of 2021, burglary, fraud, possession of stolen vehicles ×3; and in August of 2022, a controlled substance charge. Well, police say a man in Tonopah may have put drugs in another person's drink.
On November 18th of this year, Nye County Sheriff's Office reported that they have arrested an individual by the name of Deshaun Blaisdell, who is now facing the alleged charges of poison, adulterate food, water, medicine, and sell, transport, or attempt Schedule 1 and 2 controlled substance. According to the declaration of arrest on November 18, 2022, deputies were dispatched to a potential drugging at the Mizpah Club in Tonopah. Once on scene, deputies reviewed video footage which shows a white male adult sitting at the bar at approximately 4:40 in the morning. The footage then shows a black male adult, identified as Deshaun Blaisdell, walking up and exchanging a drink that he was holding. The footage then shows the victim taking a drink from the exchanged drink while Blaisdell drinks the drink that he took from the victim. The footage then shows the victim about to finish the drink and commenting that the drink tasted weird and throwing the rest away. Deputies reviewed another footage of Blaisdell leaving the restroom with a drink in hand and walking directly to the victim and exchanging the drink. Later in the investigation, deputies met with the victim, who stated that he remembered saying that the drink tasted weird, then began to feel very energetic and focused on his hands, and that he felt sense of euphoria and strength that lasted several hours. The victim stated that he became worried about how he was feeling, so he went to his parents' house. A blood pressure monitor was used, and deputies saw the victim's blood pressure at 130 beats per minute. The victim asked deputies if it is possible for him to take a drug test to see if his drink was tampered with. Deputies and the victim went to the sheriff's office, who provided a urinalysis test which resulted in presumptive positive for methamphetamine, amphetamine, and MDMA. Deputies made contact with Blaisdell, who denied exchanging drinks with the victim. Blaisdell was placed under arrest for poisoning and distributing a controlled substance. Blaisdell was transported to Tonopah Detention Center for the alleged charges.
If you have Humana insurance, there's some free classes that may help you move more freely and live a healthier, happier life.
I recommend to many patients that they move and that they attend your class because it's for everybody. I don't care if you come in a wheelchair, if you have difficulty in walking, this is the place to be.
This class is a Silver Sneakers based class, and it is only for Humana in this Humana building here. He is just very supportive, as I said, with doing lots of exercise and movement, because a lot of the patients, they may have some sort of also anxiety and mental issues where it affects your nervous system, and so doing movement, getting together, because it's like a social group as well, getting together with exercise and movement, he's seen a lot of improvement with a lot of his patients too that are doing that. Yes, because I've filmed quite a few of chair yoga videos, and so he has put them up on his YouTube channel too. And he's getting a lot of his patients also. I think also with Intermountain, they're working on getting the videos out there to everybody, to all, older people. A lot of these chair yoga videos is now on his YouTube channel. The classes are at 10 o'clock each day, which is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for an hour. Wednesday morning is chair yoga. Monday and Friday is muscle, so we use the weights and the straps. So we also do lots of exercises, movement, sometimes little dance moves as well. And there is a schedule, and the classes are listed on the schedule. If you're in a wheelchair, we have different weights from 1 pound to 5 pounds, and the same with the straps. We have different colors that are different weights and different strengths, and we have a lot of work that we do with eye and hand coordination. So it's a fun group, this fun way to exercise and strengthen and breathe and get together.
Well, looks like lots of fun. Well, we'll have more with your health report when we return.
Do you have dust streaks around your vents? Gunny's Air Conditioning has the newest and best duct cleaning equipment RotoBrush has to offer. It will brush and vacuum the inside of your ducts while videoing the entire process so you can see the before and after. Gunny's Air Conditioning does all of your indoor air quality needs, duct cleaning and UV lights. So call Gunny's Air Conditioning at 775-727-6800. License number 78175.
Everyone knows that landscaping in the desert can be a challenge. Land Art Landscaping is a licensed landscape contracting company that can design and install your own beautiful desert or even tropical oasis right here in Pahrump. Call Land Art at 727-8512.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. Also brought to you by Silver State Health. Visit silverstatehealth.org or call 702-471-0420 for an appointment. News 25, local news you can count on.
Well, we did want to mention to our viewers and listeners that if you heard any loud booming noises today, we had a couple phone calls today, that those are the result of two different things. We were on the south end of town today, and Front Sight Firing Range had a lot of people training down there today, and we heard the booms down there. But also Nellis Air Force Base has some training exercises going on today as well, and that is very common here in southern Nevada, and that is the result of sonic booms from some of their training exercises. So you will hear them pretty frequently here in southern Nevada when we have those training exercises happening. And so don't be alarmed when you hear those. That is a result of sonic booms. But if you're down there near Front Sight, which will be soon renamed to Prairie Fire, you will hear those boom noises. And so we'll try to keep you posted on when those are happening. But if you're suffering from a cold, you may be desperate to try different remedies with hopes of feeling better. So we asked Dr. Neha Vias with Cleveland Clinic which ones are the best to follow when recovering at home.
Drink lots of fluids. Non-caffeinated beverages are the best. So remember, broth, whatever kind of broth you like, or whatever kind of soups you enjoy, whether it be chicken soup, lentil soup, or any sort of miso soup, anything and everything that is water-based that you can get in is quite helpful when you're trying to fight the common cold.
Dr. Villa says herbal tea with some honey and lemon is a good option and can soothe sore throats. And speaking of honey, research has shown a spoonful before bedtime can help a coughing child sleep. Giving your body enough rest is also recommended. Dr. Villa says saline nasal drops and over-the-counter medications like acetaminophen and ibuprofen can relieve symptoms too. It's important to note there's no way to cure the common cold. They normally just go away on their own. So you've got to be patient. However, if you are starting to feel worse, be sure to talk to your physician.
If you have trouble breathing, if you find that even a few steps makes you short of breath, if your fever doesn't go away, or if your cough or other symptoms don't go away after a week, then certainly contact your healthcare provider right away.
Well, Dr. Villa says it may be tempting to try some experimental remedies or supplements suggested online, but be careful, they could wind up making you feel even worse. Well, right now it's that time of year where our sunsets are a little kind of wonky. They might be a little bit upside down, I think. So we're looking at our sunset right now, Lerner and Rowe. We had a little bit of technical difficulty, I heard. It might be that time of year. We're going to take a break and find out what our weather
is. News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500. News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios. And are you ready for some weather? Wow, look at this weather map today. It's crazy. Fernley and Fallon, fraternal weather twins at 56 different temperatures tonight. Fallon, you're getting down to 28. That's darn kind of frosty, actually. Carson City hit 54 today. Tonopah and Goldfield, identical weather twins at 42 on the hot spots, 22 on the cold spots. Yeah, you're cold all the way up there. You're very cool. Congratulations. 54 in Beatty, 57 in Amargosa. Is that the hot spot award winner? Let's hold out on that. Las Vegas saw 53. Death Valley, 65. Perfectly wonderful. And here in the Paradise of Pahrump, let's take a look. 53 degrees. That's our current temperature. And we're the Hotspot Award winners today. Congratulations, one and all. 61 degrees was our high today. We saw winds coming out of the south-southeast, 8 miles per hour. Well, we didn't see them. We felt them as the sun rose this morning at 6:35, and it set this evening, regrettably, at 4:29. We didn't lose any daylight on this end of the clock today, though. That was pretty good. Low tonight at 40 degrees under clear skies. I see lots of humidity up there. 41%. Or we get clouds tomorrow? You betcha. Wow, throughout the whole week. And actually some wind carrying in this weather system at about 18 miles per hour. Tomorrow, temperatures getting up to 61 degrees over the weekend. That's pretty good news. Except for Sunday, we're getting a report. There's going to be some rain. Not tons of rain, but enough rain to get you wet, that's for sure. Temperatures return to fighting trim in the mid-50s Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so look forward to that. But yeah, a little bit rainy on a Sunday. That's all right. It'll make your world complete. All right, back to the desk. Here's Deanna.
All right, remember with those freezing temperatures happening next week to take care of your plants, pipes, and pets. Definitely below those 31 degrees. It's going to definitely freeze outside. Well, that's going to wrap up this edition of News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell from all of us up here at KPVM TV and Ace Country Radio. Have a great night. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Give them a call, 727-9900. News is also brought to you by Desert View Hospital. You can count on